Hi Change Checkers, and welcome to our latest newsletter.
Yeah, this is our first one of the year, and we hope you all had a great Christmas and that 2025 is treating you well so far.
Yeah, that's right. So we have actually got quite a bit to cover today, as of course we skipped December, so this is kind of like a two-in-one newsletter.
Yeah, now we wouldn't want to leave out some of the amazing releases from December, so we will be talking a bit about those as well.
That's right, so let's get into it. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Kate, and this is your Change Checker newsletter for January. So January kicked off with the 2025 annual coin set, which of course features 5 brand new coins celebrating some of the very best of British culture, iconic figures, institutions and events that have happened in the nation's history.
That's right, and it's something that we always look forward to every year. Collectors love to see the new coins that are released. And this year's set does feature some really great ones. We've got the Red Arrows 50p. Now that is actually celebrating 60 years since their very first display, all the way back in 1965. So a really great one there.
And we've got the Stories of World War II 50p, which of course marks 80 years since VE Day this year.
That's right, and then we've got 2 new £2 coins, the first of which is commemorating 200 years since the very first steam passenger train journey back in 1925.
And then we've got the Royal Greenwich Observatory £2 coin, which marks 350 years of the observatory, so quite a big one, that one.
Yeah, and then one to really pay close attention to is the Queen Mother £5. This is marking what would have been her 125th birthday. And actually, the really important thing to note is that this is only available in the annual set. You won't be able to get your hands on it individually. So it is something a little bit special about the 2025 annual coin set, is that it features that Queen Mother £5.
Yeah, so if you do want that coin specifically, it won't be individually issued later in the year. So the only way to get it at the moment is in this 2025 annual coin set. So if you want to find out more about all of those new coins, you can click the link in the description.
Now, we were also treated to another new £2 coin in January, and this one was issued to celebrate the life and works of English novelist, poet, journalist, and of course social critic George Orwell.
Yeah, now did you know his actual name was actually Eric Arthur Blair? George Orwell was a pen name.
Yeah, that's really cool. So something you probably might not have known before. I certainly didn't know until this coin was released and you had to do a bit more research about it. But it's actually been issued 75 years after its passing back in 1950. So a very poignant issue to be released this year. And I think a great looking coin, this one as well.
Yeah, I really like this one. Now, Orwell is most known for his several novels and non-fiction pieces. He's probably best known for his dystopian novel 1984, which was the main inspiration for this design.
So on the design you can see there's an eye in the middle, but it's actually not an eye, is it? It's a camera lens, because of course Big Brother is always watching you.
Yeah, very clever this one. If you look closely, you can see that the little pupil of the eye is a camera. And then around the outside, it's got that iconic inscription, Big Brother is watching.
So we've seen some other British literary figures being celebrated on UK coins. Of course, there's the J.R.R. Tolkien £2. We've seen H.G. Wells, Mary Shelley,
Sir Arthur Conan
Doyle. Yeah. There are some really great literary figures to have been featured on UK coins. I think only fitting that we now have George Orwell on
this
£2.
one's a nice addition. Yeah. So if you want to find out more about the George Orwell £2, you can click the link below. So those are some great coins that we've seen issued so far in January, but we do need to go back to December because of course we skipped the December newsletter, but we have some honourable mentions. So the first one that was issued in December is the HMS Belfast £2.
Now, did you know this is actually a 2025 dated coin, even though it was released in December? So actually it's quite cool that it ties in with what we've just been talking about with some of the first 2025 coins. This was the very first 2025 £2 coin. And as you say, celebrating HMS Belfast, who, you know, HMS Belfast is one of the most iconic ships in the Royal Navy. And today it's preserved as a floating museum on the River Thames.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've actually been in it when I was younger.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's something to be said.
Yeah.
Now, this ship served in some of the most pivotal events of the 20th century, including the Battle of North Cape, and of course supported the Normandy landings in D-Day in 1944.
Now, I really love the design of this coin, and I know a lot of collectors have said they really love it too. It's very sort of traditional military theme, and it was actually created with the assistance of the Imperial War Museums, and of course it does show HMS Belfast as it appeared back in the 1960s, accompanied by the ship's motto in Latin as an edge inscription.
Yeah, now we're not going to try and read out that motto because it is very difficult, but if you do want to find out more, look at all the details, you can head to our blog.
Now, Christmas does feel like quite a long time ago, but as we're looking back to December, let's talk about the last Ice Age Giants 50p, because it was kind of like a secret Christmas coin for this one, as it was featuring the majestic giant deer.
Yeah, now did you know the giant deer was actually a distant ancestor of the modern reindeer? So it's pretty fitting that it was released in December, just before Christmas, so it is like a secret Christmas coin with a reindeer on.
Yeah, I love that. Now, the design was actually created with paleo artist Robert Nichols, who of course gave his guidance from the Natural History Museum, as with all the other coins in this 3-coin series. But of course, we can look back at some of the other Tales of the Earth coins as well, some of the other dinosaurs, which also had Robert Nichols' support for the designs. And so you do know that they are scientifically very accurate.
Yeah, and you can even see so with the skeleton of the giant deer in the foreground of the design, and you can see each of its little ribs and its huge antlers. I mean, I think they measured up to like 12 feet.
It's crazy,
across.
Isn't it? You can't even imagine it nowadays, can
No,
you?
so if you want to find out all the facts about that and the rest of the coins in the Tales of the Earth series, you can read our blog. So another coin that might have slipped under the radar in all of the Christmas excitement from December was the Paul McCartney £5. And it's actually the latest coin in the Music Legends series.
Yeah, and I think this one has been super popular. I mean, we've had some great legends feature in the series so far, such as George Michael, we've had Dame Shirley Bassey, Elton John, The Who, even the Rolling Stones. It's
Yeah,
really
loads of really iconic people there.
Absolutely. But Paul McCartney, of course, was best known for being one quarter of the Beatles. However, he also had a really successful solo career, as well as releasing music with his then wife, Linda McCartney, as Wings.
Yeah, and he has really been a constant figure in British music for more than 6 decades.
Amazing.
So it is fitting that he features in the Music Legends series.
Yeah, and I think the design of this coin is great too. You can actually see right on the coin his magic piano and the Hofner violin bass, along with the Wings logo and his signature. So there's a lot there to decipher on the coin.
Yeah, very cool this one, I like it.
I do as well. Now, if you want to find out more about this coin or to get your hands on one, you can find out all you need to know on our blog.
Well, it's not often that we get to cover 2 months in one newsletter, but it is great to take a closer look at so many incredible coins that have been issued recently.
It certainly is, and I have to say, my favourite has probably got to be that George Orwell £2. Love the design of that one. I think it's really cool. But what about you?
I think mine too.
Really?
Especially as I'm actually reading 1984 at the moment.
Oh, well, there you go.
So yeah, I really love that one.
Yeah, great choice. Now, don't forget, you can find out more about everything that we've talked about today by clicking the links in the description box. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any future videos from us.
You can also listen to us on the go with the Change Checker podcast, which is available on all major streaming platforms.
Thank you so much for watching and listening, and we'll see you all next time when we'll be reporting on the month of February.
Bye.